Hi everyone, welcome back to One Mouse, One Dream. I'm really excited to be sharing this video with you because this is going to be a detailed list and showing you some of the things of what we like to bring with in our carry-on bags when we go to Disney World. Now of course some of these items are going to be things that you're going to want to take with you on any flight that you're going to take throughout your lifetime, whether it's a vacation or business trip, that kind of things. But these are specifically some of the essentials that we like to bring with on our Disney vacation. But before I get started, I just want to wish Mickey Mouse a very happy birthday. Today, November 18th, is his birthday, so I just wanted to wish him happy birthday. I wish I was in Walt Disney World to celebrate with him, but I do have on my new Mickey sweatshirt in honor of him, and I do still have my Mickey phone case on. So just wanted to wish Mickey Mouse a happy birthday, and I hope you guys wish him a happy birthday as well. So to get started, I want to tell you that I'm going to break down the different types of items that we like to take with us into sort of smaller groupings, smaller categories, and I will be reading from some notes from time to time, so I apologize if I'm looking down. I just want to make sure that I don't forget to tell you anything. I have a feeling this video is going to end up getting sort of long just because I have so much that we like to bring with us for specific reasons, and hopefully you guys will get some good tips out of this and maybe then bring some of these items with you on your next trip. So first of all, I'm going to talk about our everyday essentials. So whenever you're traveling, these are just some basic tips that we like to do and that you could do as well for any trip that you go on. We of course bring cash. We like to bring a couple credit cards. We bring our Disney Visa and then another basic credit card or debit card with us. We don't bring a ton of cash because we typically use our credit cards and then just pay them off right when we get home. But we do like to bring some 1s and 5s to tip the Magical Express driver when we get to our hotel. It's just the courteous thing to do. We also make sure to have, of course, your driver's license, your insurance cards. If you guys travel with your passport, of course, have your passport with you. These are just, of course, some things that, are essentials to your trip. The other thing that I like to make sure, and so does my husband, we condense down our wallet, what we have in our wallet. We don't like to bring every single card with us, every single store bonus card. Why do you need them on your vacation? I don't know why you would need them. So anyways, we make sure to just, condense what the basic things are that we'd like to take with on our trip that we're going to actually need. This is just something nice to do because you don't need to bring all that excess with you, and it's just going to weigh your purse down or your, back pocket for my husband, for example. So those are just some of the basic, everyday things you're going to need. And then, of course, we like to bring with paper copies of all of our trip information. So for me, they're sort of just a worst case scenario if my electronics weren't able to bring up all my reservation information. This is sort of like my go-to backup. I don't ever really use them. I just like, knowing that they're there, and it makes me feel comfortable traveling with that information, knowing that it's there just in case I can't bring up all of my reservation information on our My Disney Experience app, and so on and so forth. So speaking of apps and things, I'm now going to get into our electronic items. Now, some of you guys might think this is a bit excessive. This is just works for us. I don't think nowadays it's really excessive because I think a lot of you probably take with the same amount of stuff that we do as well. I just think sometimes some people are just like, wow, that's a lot. So, of course, first and foremost, make sure you bring your cell phones. I, of course, always have some sort of Disney case on mine. My husband doesn't, but I think I should buy him something for Christmas that has Disney on it so he can have a Disney case, because he needs a new cell phone case anyways. But anyways, I have a couple different of these silicone cases I'll probably take with another one. I know it seems silly, but it'll be fun to change them out, throughout the time that we stay at Disney. The next thing, of course, is your camera and all of your goodies that go with your camera. This is our new camera bag that we picked up the other week, and I did show this in my haul video from last week, and I just can't wait to use this trip. So in here, I will make sure to bring with every single thing that we are going to need for our camera. The charging cords, the extra SD cards, all of that stuff I am going to take with me and not put in our check bag. Why do I do that? Because I want to make sure that we have all of our camera essentials with us at all times. I don't want to take the risk of having those items get lost. I mean, knock on wood, we never had our bags lost, and nothing's ever been stolen out of our bags, so on and so forth. But I just never want to go through the chance of having our camera stuff taken. I will be a miserable person until I get a camera or SD cards or charging cords, whatever. If we forgot something, I will be miserable if that happens, because I cherish my memories and my photos so much, and my videos, and my husband knows that, so we make sure that that is with us at all times, because I don't want to be without the opportunity of taking photos or videos on our trip. If that happens, if that would ever happen, we'd be going to Walmart or Target, wherever, and buying a new camera, whatever we forgot to bring with us or whatever. So that's something that is literally in my hand the second we're leaving our house, so that I know we have it with. I know it seems a little crazy, but I'm sure there's other people out there like me. The other thing we like to bring with us, just for personal use, for a couple of reasons, we bring with our Galaxy Tab, our tablet, and then we also have a mini laptop. All of our electronic devices are the same brand. They're Samsung, and what makes this convenient is, well, one, we like the brand. That's a different topic, but we can then use the same charging cords for all of our devices. So we went and purchased this multi-unit charging cord. It actually has 3 plug-ins for 3 different devices in just a regular outlet thing. So this is so handy, because it's just one cord that we have to bring with us. We don't have to bring any other charging stations. So it's just only one cord that we have to worry about packing, and it's just nice and convenient. What's also great about this, it's one of those devices, which I think most of the cords are like this, even with Apple products. This part comes off, and it's now a USB on the end, so you could even charge this into your laptop as well, if you didn't have an outlet nearby and you had a little bit extra battery life on your laptop. Why we also like this is because we swear by using and always having with us our Mofis. So these are portable charging battery packs, and the Mofi brand, this one I've had for a couple years now. We have 3 of these, and we carry them with us at all times. They will be in our camera bag. So what these do is they actually hold 4 full charges for any device. So what you can do is, like I said, I can use one cord for almost everything that we're taking with us. Well, not everything. This USB, you plug into here, and then you just start charging your devices. It's so awesome. It's lightweight. You don't have to worry about trying to find an outlet to charge everything. What we do the night before is you plug in the other end here, and then the USB part goes back into your outlet charger, and we basically charge all these up the night before. We hardly ever go through all 3 of them on one day, but there has been some times where we got pretty close. It's nice because, like I said, they charge our cell phone as well as our camera and our laptop and our tablet. So it's just, excuse me. So it's just really nice and convenient to have that with you. What we typically do when we're standing in a line or even on a ride, we'll plug in our devices that need to be charged, and then by the time we get off the ride or get onto the ride, if we're doing it during the line, it's just really convenient. And it's been a lifesaver. It's a little bit of investment. I think they run like, I want to say like $20, $30, but we've always gotten ours on sale. We've like checked at Best Buy and like made sure we, got a good deal on them. So I think for at least one of them we got for like $19.99, I think. So it's $20 investment, but like these things like are phenomenal. We use them even just throughout the, regular part of the year too. Like if we're just going out running errands, and my husband and I both work in retail, so sometimes our stores are calling us, and if we're shopping for a long period of time and we're not like in the car driving and we can't plug our phone in, it's just nice to be able to have like a backup with that as well. So those are the actual like electronic items. Oh, I did forget to mention, of course, your earbuds and headphones. Those are important. If you're playing games, if you're watching movies or whatever, it's great to have those so that you're not being a distraction to other people around you while traveling. So as far as apps and things to download on your phone and your electronic devices like a tablet or laptop, we love downloading our airport's like mobile app. Why do we do this? We fly out of Baltimore BWI every single time basically for our flights, and we know the airport pretty well, but sometimes they do renovations since the last time we flew out, and maybe they change the location of our favorite place to get coffee or something. So we just like to sort of like look at that prior to even going on the actual day of our like vacation. We like to look at that beforehand just to sort of give ourselves a heads up where parking might be and other essential things. The other app that we like downloading, and we always keep on our phone too, is our Southwest Airline mobile app. This is a phenomenal app to use. You can check into your flights with this app. You can keep up-to-date information about your flight. You can schedule alerts as far as when your flight is supposed to be departing. If there's any delays, you'll get notified, through a text message and things, which is really great. And the other thing that I love having on here is you can actually have them scan your phone for your boarding pass. So you actually don't need to carry the paper copy of your boarding pass. We do still print them out before leaving the house, again, just as a potential backup. But what's great is, we live in a world where we always have our phone in our hands, and it's just nice having that, not having to have your phone and your boarding pass in another hand. So it's just, and your ID and things like that. So it's great to just be able to use it right on your phone. I've never had any problems using it before. It's always scanned, it's always worked. So it's just a really convenient thing to do. So another thing, of course, that you want to make sure you have downloaded on your phone or tablets is the My Disney Experience app. Now, I hope you have it downloaded and you start exploring it even before flying for your trip, because there's so many great things that you can utilize this app for. And I'm not going to go into details about it because that's not what this video is about. But the other app that I like to download from Disney is the Disney Memories app. I'm not sure if this has been updated recently or not because I haven't been on it, but it's basically you can use any of your photos from your trip and like add some like cute little like clip art like pictures and stuff and stickers to your photos, and it just makes it more Disney-fied. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's been updated at all recently, but I do like using that in the past. Some other good tips too for flying: download some new games. If you guys like to play games, download new games on your electronic devices so that it's something new and different for you to help pass the time, especially if you have a long flight. For us, we only have like a little bit less than 2-hour flight to get to Orlando, so it's not a long flight, but sometimes you might have delays, or you might be getting to the airport really early and you just have a lot of time to pass. So download new movies. If you like to have books to read on your tablet, you can download new books or magazines or anything like that to help pass your time. Is just some great tips to do for your trip. So I think that's all of the electronic items. So now I'm going to get into just some of the things that we like to bring with to stay comfy on our trip. So One thing that we make sure to always have with us are our neck pillows. These things are, you know, they come in so many different types and ones that you can blow up. These are actually ones that do not blow up, but, you know, we just find it more convenient not to have to worry about doing that. This one my husband picked up for me at the airport when he was traveling to, I think it was Houston last year, right before our trip. He found this, and of course he picked it up for me, and he knew I would absolutely love it. I love this feature on the side here. It actually has a snap like closure over here that you can attach it to your bag. What's nice is I usually don't put this in my carry-on bag. I've never had any of the attendants, you know, stop me and say that this has to go inside your bag, because I think they know that I can quick put it back behind my neck and it's not going to be an issue as far as fitting under the seat in front of me or putting it in the overhead compartment. So I love this one. Mine, the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have like one of those you can't like take it off to wash it kind of thing. So I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this because it's probably going to get dirty over the years. So I may not even have it for years. But my husband's, on the other hand, does have one of those removable like zipper areas where you can take it off and wash it. So we are big Steelers, Pirates, and Penguins fans. So of course he has a Steelers one. I believe my parents got this for him for Christmas or birthday a couple years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I don't know. But we like bringing those with to, you know, sleep on the plane if we like to. But on the way there, we're usually too excited, so we probably don't really sleep. We might close our eyes for a little bit, but on the way home, we might rest. I also have to bring with me a blanket. I get cold all the time. I know it seems crazy, even like in the dead of summer, if we're flying in the dead of summer, I have to have a blanket wherever we're going because I just get cold. They keep the temperature in, you know, the airplane like pretty cool just because of like trying to fight off and ward off any kind of germs and things. So I make sure to bring like a small lightweight blanket. This one again goes sort of with my husband's neck pillow. It's Mickey Mouse, but he's wearing a Steelers outfit uniform. So this one's really nice. It's small. It's, you know, it's not that like heavy or whatever, but it does help me keep like a little bit warmer on the planes if I do get chilly. And it's nice because it fits really, it packs really well into my carry-on. It folds down to pretty much next to nothing. The other thing I like to bring with too, if I do get really cold, I like to bring with some fuzzy socks. I had foot surgery, oh my gosh, like almost 10 years ago. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. And my one foot just always has, it just gets more pain and it's more sensitive to everything. So I do like to bring some fuzzy socks with me too, just to try to stay comfortable, especially if I do get extra chilly. I'm sure there might be some other things that people like to bring to stay comfy and things, but those are just our list of things that we like to bring with us. So let me, I guess, dive into like some of the toiletries. These are not all the toiletries that we like to bring with us on our carry-on, but these are just some of our like essentials that we must have. So to start, I'm always bringing with sanitizer and tissues. No matter where I go, I always have those in my purse. But I make sure to make it even more magical by bringing with some sort of Disney tissues. I bring a ton of these with us on the trip because I always keep these in our, like my purse that I'm bringing in the parks too. So I get these at the Dollar Tree. These are the frozen tissues. I also pick up the hand sanitizer wipes from the Dollar Tree too. This one's a Minnie Mouse, Frozen, and then Ariel. I like to also have hand sanitizer gel, but I don't bring that with me on my carry-on just because I don't want to have to worry about like too many liquids on like the carry-on part. So I bring the hand sanitizer wipes on the plane. Another thing that I like to make sure to have with is a small sunscreen. Again, this is a stick form, so it's not a liquid. So this is the Hawaiian Tropic Baby 50 sunscreen, and these are great because this is great to put in your park bag as well too. Another park essentials, this might seem silly, but a lot of people do get like, you know, some chafing and everything when they're walking a lot through the parks. This is what we use. This is the Gold Bond friction stick. you know, we can all talk about it. It happens, and this is what we like to take with us. Some other thing, of course, essentials like your gum, your mints, any kind of prescriptions that you need to bring with you. Small deodorant, a mini hairbrush, hair ties, bobby pins, that kind of thing. Your first aid essentials. If you like to have tooth floss picks, we take some of those with us, as well as the wisps. They're like mini disposable toothbrushes. They come in handy, which is really great. I like to make sure I have mini lotion and a mini bottle of perfume. And then makeup wipes. So those are just, you know, some of the essentials that we like to make sure to bring with. And to help like carry all of those, one of my most favorite things is this Vera Bradley 311 cosmetic clear bag. This is actually approved by TSA to put all of your liquid container, like your liquid products in here. So I use this. My husband has one too, even though it's Vera Bradley. He knows that it's great to reuse over and over again instead of a Ziploc baggie for your stuff. And it just gives you a little bit more protection for the liquids besides just in a Ziploc baggie. Speaking of Ziploc baggies, I make sure to carry this with us at all times. You never know when you're going to need a Ziploc baggie. Again, I go to Dollar Tree to get Ziploc baggies. This one's a Princess one, Monsters, and then also Frozen. Again, you can get I've gotten all these bags at the Dollar Tree. Sometimes, you know, they'll have this one. It's sort of hard to see. There's the Frozen one again. I mean the Princess. This is the Frozen. There's the Monsters. And I know I've seen Cars there too. So, of course, I think I've seen them at Christmas tree shops as well. They're great to stock up. I like to put our toiletries in them, and then it just helps make sure that they stay nice and organized and nothing spills. I think and like chapstick. I forgot chapstick. That's another thing that I make sure to have with too, because, you know, again, you can get sort of dry on the airplane. Okay, so the last category that I'm going to be talking about is probably the essentials. I know I said some of these are the other essentials, but these are your Disney theme park essentials, at least for me and my husband and I. I like to pack at least one, if not two or even three of my favorite Minnie Mouse ears that I'm going to want to be wearing for our trip. I know that seems like a little bit weird, like why not just like pack them in your carry-on, why lug them with? But it's because I like to put them on the second that we land in Orlando. I just like to start immersing myself in all of the magic possible the second that we land, because it's our Disney trip and I want to have fun with it at every single moment that we're, you know, going to partake in our Disney vacation. So of course I like to pack these with us. The other thing that I make sure to pack with as well are our magic bands. If you're staying on Disney property, do not put these in your checked bag. Also, I don't have it to show, but do not bring that ginormous box that these come in. You don't need it. Why pack that huge ginormous box in your bag? Just put these in like a Ziploc baggie or, you know, another like travel bag like I showed you earlier to have them with you, because you're going to need them to check into Magical Express. I think you can get around it if you don't have them, but it's just nice because you can start scanning the Mickey onto the magical scanners that they have. And again, just don't bring that ginormous box. I wish I had it to show you. I have it in my drawer, but I don't have it here. But don't bring that big box with you. You just need your bands. We actually just put them on first thing in the morning so that we have them at all times and we know they're with us. Because we've gone on several different trips with the Magic Band system now, we do sometimes take with us like other color options and like some of the different designs, that kind of stuff. But, you know, just making sure you have at least one of them on you when you're flying to Orlando. Another thing that I like to make sure to have with is some sort of travel journal. People are probably like, why does she take the time to do a journal on a travel? Well, I love to do it. I love to help, you know, sort of remember what we did besides looking at our videos and pictures and things. You know, maybe we said something funny that we didn't capture on video and or whatever, and I just like to make sure to have it in a travel journal. So this is one that I made for our honeymoon actually, back in 2011, and it just says our Walt Disney World honeymoon. And in here I just printed some downloads of like a trip journal from a website. I don't remember which website it was, but I basically wrote down each and every day, and I kept track of like everything that we did, and it's just so fun to go back. It breaks down some of these, it has like a daily highlights list on here, and it says where we went, where we're staying tonight, our breakfast, lunch, dinner, what we, where we ate, what we liked, what we didn't like, and favorite attractions, souvenirs that we bought that day, and just anything memorable that you want to remember for that specific day. Another thing that I put in here, I actually added some Disney trivia to sort of like quiz each other on to see if we could, answer those questions. So it's just a little fun, and it's not huge. It's just like the size of a magazine. I usually don't bring magazines with me on my Disney trips because I have too many other things like this that I bring with. So I don't really bring any other non-Disney books or magazines because I bring with some of these books. I change it up every now and then, but this is what I took with last time. This is the book that's called The Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World. This one is by Susan Vaness. I just picked this up not too long ago, so I'm going to bring with this on our trip coming up because I bought this back in the summer or spring, I forget when I bought it. Then what I did bring with last time is our Hidden Mickey book. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble for $12.95. I think if you buy it in the parks, I think it's a lot more. So definitely pick this up before you go. And what I like to do each trip, that I like to just sort of write down some of the top 20 ones that I haven't found before and to try to find this time. And it's just makes it a little bit more fun and exciting for your Disney trip. Something that I haven't done in my adult life, and that is autographed books. My husband bought this for me a couple months ago, and we are going to do the autograph book this time. So I think that I still might decorate this, but again, you want to make sure that you have this with you because you don't want to have to go out and buy another one if your other one in your check bag gets lost or stolen. And then some other fun things. I don't take all three of these, but these are just some examples. I found these again at the Dollar Tree. They're Disney themed word searches. I love doing these. I don't always like to do games on my phone. I like to have things that are, tangible. And then the last thing that I always bring with, this is something that I started probably, I want to say like 3-4 years ago. I started making this. And what it is, it's basically, it looks sort of weird. Just has a bunch of stickers and these little washi tape tabs, but each of these colored tabs is a different category. And what it is I made a book about each of the theme parks. I did one for Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and then some other categories are Downtown Disney, which is now Disney Springs, and Hollywood Studios will be changing soon too. Some dining, a dining category, and let's see, there's 2 more, hotels, and then also just miscellaneous. So each of these categories, I've sort of written down some tips and tricks that I've read or found over the years to these specific categories. And what it is, it's just nice to be like, oh, well, did you know there's a secret path here? Or did you know there's a shortcut here? Or did you know that you can, I don't know, do this at this location? And it's just nice to have like those tips and tricks in here. I've read different articles, found different websites, and that's where I get all these information from. And it's just nice because sometimes you forget that, and I can reference back, be like, oh wait, wasn't there something special we wanted to try this time at Downtown Disney? Well, now Disney Springs. And it's just nice to take this with me too. I know it might seem excessive, but I just find it's really helpful to keep those like sort of tips and tricks in like a little book so that I can keep it with me. I probably would eventually like to make this into like an electronic form, but again, I like having it with me. I guess some other things that I make sure to bring with because of doing the travel journal and this tips and trick book. I like to make sure I have just, pens. I sometimes bring colored pencils or colored markers, as well as like some Disney themed stickers to sort of decorate my journals as I go each day. And I know it might seem like a little weird, but it's just fun to have those little like arts and crafts with you just because you're going to Disney, and I am 100% a kid when I go to Disney, and I don't care, even though I'm 35 years old. So I think that's all of my list that I wanted to make sure to cover. I'm sure there's many more things that I forgot to mention before creating this video, or maybe some things that you guys have done to make sure that you have a great flight, that you haven't forgotten anything. I mean, of course I didn't mention all of our clothes and that kind of stuff, but that wasn't really what this was about. So again, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys were able to learn some tips and tricks for planning your next Disney trip and packing your carry-on to the best of your ability. I'm sure that you guys also do some other things that I didn't mention or we don't do, and I would love to hear what those ideas are, because maybe I could implement them on this upcoming trip for ourselves. And of course, don't forget to wish Mickey Mouse a happy birthday today. I hope you guys all have a magical day, and until next time, take care.